Hello everyone, welcome to another Making Monday Lovable video. In today's video I want to talk about learning from the best. And I recently was part or experienced a situation where someone said to leave a certain group setting, a certain practice setting, because of feeling that the other participants are too advanced and it's too much for that person. And I felt a bit sad about, I don't exactly know the feeling. I felt a bit like, oh really? And then also sad for that person, and actually also a little bit of misunderstanding. Not misunderstanding, but I couldn't really get it, why that would be a reason to leave a certain practice group of a certain tool or whatever. It could be go to painting class and everybody's better than me, and then I leave because I say everybody's better than me. It's too much for me, I can't handle it. And then I was thinking about this and feeling into it as well as I try, and I realized that usually when I feel that I'm not good at something or I need help with something, not meaning that I feel not worthy or I feel dumb or stupid or that I'm some kind of less meaningful as a person. No, there are certain skills I have that I know I'm good at, and there are certain other skills that I just don't have or I'm not as good and I would like to improve them. So every time I have that and I want to improve upon something, I actually go to people or find people, be it coaches, mentors, guides, whatever in that realm, or to a friend that has a certain experience and ask them. And I ask them for help, for advice, to discuss, to talk about, to bounce back ideas, because I cannot learn from someone that has a lower level of a certain skill that I have, or the same. We can have the same skill level and go on a path to develop it together. But if somebody knows less than me in a certain topic, I can't learn from them. So I act the complete opposite. I'm looking for experts, and okay, you know this, like, how do I get there? How do I learn that? I also want to. And in my education of being a scientist, studying my bachelor's and master's and then my PhD, I had, for example, I'm not a good person when it comes to exams. I could study and I would still not be having a great exam grade, for example. I felt really bad. I felt that I'm failing at the exams and I'm not good enough, and there's nothing that I could, do to get better, because I can study even more than others and I will still not have the same grade or what I deem to be okay or good enough. And it made me feel bad. At the same time, I knew I'm a very practical person and I'm nailing my labs and the practical works that I had. Even though I didn't have the best grades when it came to exams in my bachelor's, and master's got better because I picked specifically plant sciences, I was super good in my bachelor thesis when I was working in a lab for 8 weeks and actually doing the practical things like PCR, Western blot, protein extraction, all these things. I was super good at this. It didn't matter that I didn't have the right theoretical grades or the good enough theoretical grades. But I went then in a lab setting, then I learned from PhD students or postdocs, those that are better than me and could teach me something. If somebody would be worse than me, they wouldn't be able to teach me the practicalities and the theory of a PCR reaction and how to actually go about it in the lab, where to find the chemicals, the simplest things. And the same then in my PhD. There's this imposter syndrome, like I guess it's not only in sciences and PhD, but everywhere, that one doesn't feel good enough. And that occurred to me as well quite often. It's super strange, because it's like feeling like an imposter, not being good enough, not knowing enough, and everybody else being better, but still going somewhere where you actually learn how to get better and become better from people that are better than you. Because I believe that I can't get better if I'm not exposing myself to people that know things better than me and teach me. And still feeling like, oh, I don't know all of these things. So it's a really interesting balance to find. And while I really enjoyed my PhD and I had tough moments and good moments, I never thought of quitting just because I'm surrounded by people that are better than me, and it makes me feel bad because yeah, it did, but so what's the alternative? That I will not improve myself. And I know it's to each one of us how we react to certain situations, but I never really reflected upon this so consciously, and only when this situation occurred. Because this is also the reason why I hire coaches or guides to learn certain things and to, get into their huge blob of knowledge that I don't have, and get something from me, and then increase and make myself better in a certain skill. I really love this. And this also means that also what I learned is I could try to do things by myself all the time and be like, I can do it myself. I don't need anyone. I don't need help. I could do that. And maybe with the years and years, I would get better sooner or later. But it will be with smaller increased steps of getting better. I might actually never get there because I don't have the time to get all the knowledge and read up on it and so on and so forth. So it can be a frustrating way. But if I have someone for a couple of weeks or even years that constantly is following and guiding me, and I'm learning from them, and they are better at that, then it's for me. I love this, because then I know that I will get better too. Only if I actually put the effort into, because I cannot demand, or I cannot expect that via osmosis I get all the knowledge and all the skills in. It's not like that. It's still active practicing, active doing, and active working on certain things for me to be able to get better at the skill that I wasn't as good enough with before. So yeah, this was what I wanted to share with you today, and that's also a reason why I decided to have a mentoring program as one of my services that I provide for people that are scientific illustrators or want to become scientific illustrators and need a little bit of, or want a little bit of guidance to grow a bit faster with someone along the side that has certain skills that they developed that one maybe doesn't have yet. It's nothing bad. It's not diminishing the other person, or asking for help, or me asking for help and hiring guides, coaches, teachers is not a sign of weakness for me. I take it as a strength in wanting to develop and grow more in a more efficient and in a more sustainable way as well. So yeah, these are my thoughts for today, and I hope that was of value for you, and would love to hear your experiences as usual. And other than that, I wish you a nice Monday and a great week ahead, and talk to you next week. Bye.